Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Nick. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate your support. I'm sharing my results of my week 1 progress, side effects of taking MOUNJARO. Just want to give a quick introduction. The reason why I started taking MOUNJARO, it's been on my mind for a few months, probably about 6 to 12 months. I've been hearing a lot about, especially the Ozempic and things like that. I've been hearing, the ups and downs, and I considered it, and obviously I thought I'll battle it myself. Went to the doctor about, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, and she was talking about it. She wasn't being forceful. She wasn't being like, oh, you should try this. I was telling her I was fasting. I have been doing alternate day fasting, which I did have some really good success. But the problem with fasting is you still have that food noise. You still have that constant using that willpower, and it's always there. You have to really challenge yourself not to eat. You go to bed hungry. And then I found I just really overeat on my eat day. So anyway, been up and down my weight for the last 46, nearly 46, and probably 40 years of my life it feels like, and I just had enough. And then when I did some research on the MOUNJARO drug, because my doctor said it was probably one of the newest ones that had the less side effects, I did my research, and I think Mark Lewis mentioned that it just got rid of his food noise, and all he ever did was think about food. So it was almost like a relief. I don't have to think about food anymore, and that really sunk into me. I was like, oh, and I did all my research about the side effects, and they do sound quite severe, some of them, but obviously they have to list everything, like any drug you take, any surgery you have, like any way of losing weight, weight loss surgery, sort of gastric bypass, you name it, there's going to be side effects, there's going to be risks involved. But anyway, I was like, getting to the point where, I can fast, but it was really challenging, and, sort of just the ups and downs of like always consistently battling my brain about, oh, you don't have to eat. Yes, you do. No, you don't. And I always looked at these weight loss drugs as a cheating, and I guess that was my own belief, and sort of I had to get that out of my head. But always speak to your doctor. Obviously I'm not a doctor, I'm going to be sharing my experiences. Your doctor is the best person to go to if you want to talk about your weight loss drug. I got given the 2.5 milligram pen. Well, actually this is a 10 milligram, but my dosage 2.5. You go up in doses the longer you're on it, so because your body gets used to the drug. My 10 milligram pen, because I'm on a 2.5 dose, which is the lowest dose you take to start MOUNJARO, will last me 3 to 4 months depending on the dosage that I go up. I inject myself once a week. I've actually been on it a week today, nearly a week. In the afternoon today. It's the morning of the Friday, and I had it on the Friday afternoon. This will last me, it cost me 550 Australian dollars. This will last me, depending on what dose I go up to. You can change your dose after 4 weeks, but if I jump to the next dose, and depending on how long I stay on that dose for, or I could stay on the 2.5 milligram dose depending on how that affects me, but at the moment this is looking around 3 to 4 months for the $550. So this will last me 4 months. So that's not bad going. And the amount of money I've been spending on takeaways, fast food, junk, just food in general. So symptoms of the first week, I guess within a few hours I started to feel a little bit like, I hadn't even eaten dinner when I had the jab. It was like 4:30 in the afternoon. I was like, we'll get something, we're out and about, let's get something on the way home. And by the time it got to about 3 hours in, I was like, look, no, I really don't think I could stomach anything. I was feeling a bit nauseous, and that's one of the symptoms, a mild nausea I had that night, and the next day really nauseous, and to the point I couldn't even drink my morning coffee. I was given anti-nausea pills to take, but it wasn't that severe that I felt like I needed them. So that was my one side effect. And I also felt like, yeah, I just wasn't hungry, and I wasn't sure if that was just a placebo effect, that my brain's thinking, well, you shouldn't be hungry because you've had this injection. So I wasn't completely sure if it was just my brain playing tricks on me. By Sunday, I stopped feeling the sickness. I started to feel quite normal, but the only difference is I didn't have that food noise. I did eat, and I had to force myself to eat, especially the first few days. And when I did eat, I noticed that I was probably eating either early morning and then I couldn't eat till dinner time, or sometimes I'll just have my coffee in the morning, and that would keep me going till 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'd have one meal and then maybe have a little snack at night, and that, or just a piece of fruit or something. And I've noticed when I am eating, I'm eating actually good food. I'm not actually craving the takeaways, the junk, the processed stuff. It's been Christmas week this week, and normally Christmas week every year I'd be, binging on chocolates, biscuits, cakes, you name it. So bowel movements have been a little bit less, but obviously that comes with eating less too. I'm still frequently probably going once a day, but not like I would normally, but again, less food, less bowel movements. That's pretty obvious. I guess the main symptom would be a switch in my head, not really thinking about food. We'd go out in the morning for hours, and it would be early afternoon, I think, oh, I might need to eat, but it wasn't oh my god, I'm hangry. So I guess because your insulin is a lot lower, so obviously eating less. I've definitely eaten a lot less over the last few days. Other than that, there has not been any side effects. It's been really mild, pretty cruisy. I have heard the 2.5 milligram pen, the symptoms are mild. It's only when you hit 10 milligram that you start to really feel a little bit off, but I guess your body by then is used to it, and who says that I will need that dosage anyway. Funny thing is, I can actually eat a microwave meal and put it halfway, eat it, and then put it back in the fridge and go, I'll come back to that later, and go, oh yeah, a few hours later I'll eat that. When did I ever leave food? I never leave food, I think I was always brought up in the you need to eat everything on your plate days. Slightly thirsty, I guess that was another side effect. I would wake up in the morning slightly thirsty, but I've been smashing in my salts, my minerals. I take the LMNT when I feel like that, and I think that's helped, especially the first 3 or 4 days. Maybe I'm drinking less because everything's filling me up, even water's filling me up. Now we'll jump into the progress, weight loss. It's hard to tell completely because I'll be honest, the week that I finished my alternate day fasting, I had a week off, and I literally ate, I was self-sabotaging. You know what, you might as well eat the true Nicola, go and eat you're going to take this weight loss drug in 5-6 days. So I probably did go up a few kilos in weight, but overall since last Friday when I weighed myself before I saw the doctor, I've lost 1 kg, so that's about 2.2 pounds, which I was slightly disappointed with at first, because I was like, well, that's not a lot for the amount of food I've eaten. But then saying that, I haven't really been dieting. I've been eating what I want to eat within reason. I haven't been restricting, but then I've just been eating less. And it has been Christmas week, and I have to give myself grace. Well, normally Christmas you would have gained weight, you would have completely binged. Christmas Day I put a load of food on my plate like I would normally, and I got to eat it, and I got halfway in and I'm like, why did I do that? I can't eat all of this. So I had to put it in a bowl and save it for the next day. I mean, where does that happen on Christmas Day? For me, never. And I think, well, slow and steady is probably a good weight loss. 1 kilo a week, I'll take that any day. I've got a 3-month check-in with my doctor, and I guess that's when she will weigh me on her scales. I've got around 15 kilos. I'm not sure what that is in pound, probably 30 to 40 pounds to lose to get to a normal weight, and that's gonna be in a normal BMI. I think my BMI ranged around 30%, and so to get into the 20, I think she said under 25 then that's got to be around the 15 kilo mark. But yeah, thank you so much for watching me. I appreciate your support. If you are new, please consider subscribing, liking. I will try and give weekly updates of how I'm feeling, side effects, symptoms, etc. as I'm going through this. Yeah, and love to hear off you in the comments. But thank you for now, and hope you had a good Christmas and Happy New Year.